Hello everybody, we are back again this week for another video of the So You series, a series where we basically talk about all things that have to do with elevating yourself, getting your bag up, all of that. So in this week's episode, we're going to be talking about discipline. So you want to have discipline, and I'm gonna basically give you guys the tips and tricks to all things that I've done to be able to get my discipline to where it is and continue to evolve as a person. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Jatziry Mariché. I am the owner and founder of Mariché Financial Group, where we teach people how to grow their money, save their money, and multiply their money. And I am super happy to be able to share all of my knowledge that I've acquired within my 25 years of life with you guys. So subscribe, hit that little bell so you can get notified. But I post every single Thursday, and yeah, this is it. So how I like to break down my videos and really anything that I learned within my lifetime is like through practices, right? Because you can think you've learned something, but that's because you had to unlearn something else and then practice this new thing that you've learned, right? So discipline is one of those things that you have to practice. It's not you learn it once and it's kind of just embedded in you for the rest of your life. It becomes easier, just like anything else, like any habit, but it's definitely something that you have to definitely practice on a day-to-day basis. We're gonna start with practice numero uno, and this is going to be impeccable with your word. Don't talk out your ass if you're not gonna show up. Life isn't as simple as just getting up and going. There really is a system to it. There's a game to it. So you have to learn how to play the game. How do you learn how to play the game? Through self-mastery. You cannot discipline yourself if you don't know yourself. You have to learn how to really tap into yourself. You have to tap into the parts of yourself that you didn't even know were there, the shadow parts of you, right? Like a lot of people like to call them. How do we implement these shadow parts into our day-to-day life? It's our subconscious. It's the parts of ourselves that we don't see. That's the part that rules your day-to-day life. Your subconscious rules your day-to-day life, not you, not your consciousness, not the person watching this video. There's a part of you even right now that's still scanning the video to see if what I'm saying resonates with your subconscious or it doesn't. And if it doesn't, then you'll click out and you'll go on about your day. But if it does, then you're gonna sit here and watch the video because you wanna learn what it is that you can do to tap into another level of yourself, or you have enough self-awareness to know that you're not doing everything you're supposed to be doing. How I was able to realize that my discipline was really bad was just through genuinely how I felt on a day-to-day basis. I didn't do what I said I was gonna do. If I told you, oh, I'm gonna get up at 6 and I'm gonna go to the gym, then I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, it didn't really happen ever. It was rare that I actually did what I said I was going to do. So for me, discipline really started when I kind of hit rock bottom and I just didn't understand why things weren't working out for me anymore. And it really was kind of oblivious to me, I don't understand why nothing works out for me. But are you doing anything that you said you were gonna do? Are you sticking to your word? Are you impeccable with your word? If you've read the 4 agreements, you know what I'm talking about. And I wasn't impeccable with my word. I said I was gonna do something and I didn't do it. And that was my every single day for about 2 years. So for 2 years, there was this internal battle of show up, don't show up. Be who you say you're gonna be, don't be who you say you're gonna be, and just blow it off and do whatever. It became so unbearable to the point where I literally almost had a mini mental breakdown, right? I showered at 3 in the morning, fully clothed, with my cat. She doesn't mind the water. And I sat there and I was like, why do I feel so shitty? And it was because I wasn't going to the gym, I wasn't journaling, I wasn't meditating, I wasn't doing all of the things that really brought life into my life, right? That really brought peace and happiness into me. I was going on about my day, smoking all the time, on my phone all day, just dumb stuff. There wasn't any structure, there wasn't a routine, there wasn't anything. It was just all blah. So I got up, got up out the shower, got dressed, and I went to the gym. I don't have any energy. I haven't even ate anything, and I'm in the gym just doing squats, barely able to, lift anything because I've been out of the gym. I've been smoking so much. My mental health is crap. But when I left the gym, there was this moment internally that was oh my God, I did it. I I did something I said I was gonna do. With discipline, it's cultivating a relationship with it. And a lot of people don't look at it that way because it's just a habit, right? But discipline is really self-respect. And a lot of people don't look at it like that because we've been programmed to think that discipline is just, oh, you know, I go to the gym or some military shit. And it's not. It's sticking to your word. If I say I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, did I do X, Y, and Z? And if I don't, then I don't have any respect for myself because I can't even stick to my own word. I'm not impeccable with my word. Discipline and consistency go hand in hand. They go like this, like this. So if you are not cultivating discipline, you're not cultivating consistency because they go hand in hand. How many L's do you have to take for you to get the drift that it ain't working? What you're doing isn't working. And you know, sometimes I felt like I had to hit rock bottom to see like, girl, what you're doing ain't working. Maybe it's because I'm a Scorpio, you know, I don't know. But I really do think so. Like sometimes for me, things have to get really bad for me to see like, yo, I'm not happy and I don't want to continue to live like this. And that's the moment that I started to cultivate discipline. Practice too. Who is your circle? So it's really important for us to be very mindful of our circle, for the people that we allow into our lives, into our space, into our energy, because energy is contagious. You will and are the people in your circle. So if you're looking around and the people in your circle do not have what you want, are not making the money you want to make, let me tell you, you're in the wrong crowd. You need to venture out. You need to. And this whole, well, I don't know how to. And well, it's because we have history. And honestly, all of that are excuses to stay stuck where you are. Let me just be very blunt, very forward. Get over it. Go find new friends. Period. I know it's easier said than done, but I've done it. And if I've done it, you can do it. Because I'm no better than you. See, sometimes when we grow up in environments that are not affluent, people all talk about the same shit. Getting high, parties, drama, who's messing with who's baby daddy, who got shot up this weekend. Like, that does not feed your soul, right? And these people, because they don't feed their souls and they have no idea who they are and they're not connected to themselves, that's what they rub off on you. So imagine you have this idea of the person that you want to become and you want to be, but you're hanging around with this group of people whose energy is just, you know, it's not it. So if you want to be different, you got to be around different. Ain't no in between. You want to act like a billionaire? Guess who's your friends have to be? Billionaires. Because if you're hanging out with people that are making a certain amount of money a year or they're living a certain type of lifestyle every single day, guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna naturally associate to that because there's nobody pushing you to be no better. There's nobody as like a peer point where you're like, huh, this person last year was making this much money and they have this much money now. I like that. Let me go ahead and learn what they did. And if they're a real friend, they will teach you the game. Practice 3, sleep. Your sleep schedule will determine the success of your day. Sleep is going to be your propulsion to the top, or it's going to be what messes you up and like really genuinely does not allow you to get to the next level. If you don't have a good sleep schedule, if you don't have a good sleeping routine, if you are not cultivating success for the next day when you're laying down in your bed, I promise you every single day from that point forward is going to look the exact same. You cannot thrive and you cannot get to the next level of success when you're running on 2-3 hours of sleep continuously. You know, for a couple of days because you have a project or you need to get something done, okay, understandable. But that it's an actual habit, it's not gonna work. You cannot be, you know, a chronic like night owl and then want to be up at 5 in the morning. It doesn't work. So pick your struggle. Either you're getting up super early and you're going to sleep super early too, and then that's your routine, or you're going to sleep late but you're doing all of your work in the nighttime. Sleep is really very variable to each person in their type of lifestyle, but the point is just get sleep. So it's not about like, oh, you can only be successful if you're getting up super early. I don't think that's necessarily true, but there's definitely you cannot be successful if you don't have enough sleep and enough rest, because then your body's literally working off of the bare minimum. So practice 4 is going to be clearing out your social media. we want to install in your social media things that inspire you. I know that most of us spend probably like anywhere between 8 to 12 hours collectively on social media, because you know we log in here and there. It doesn't have to be all at once, but we log in here and there throughout the day, or sometimes we are on it all at once. So it's really important for us to, instead of going on social media and seeing maybe, you know, jokes and trashy things, put people that inspire you. So sometimes there'll be moments where I'm laying in bed, but because I've programmed my social media to kind of have these like motivational speakers on there, I'll be in bed and they'll be like, hey, you need to get up and you need to go achieve your goals and da 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 da. So yeah, now I was in the loop, but something just reminded me, like, get to the bag. That will really like just, oh, okay, all right, yeah, I was supposed to be doing X, Y, and Z. So clearing out your social media is really going to help you. Putting in content creators that talk about motivation, that talk about fitness, that talk about health, that talk about spirituality, that talk about elevation, that talk about money. All of these type of content creators, that's what you want to constantly be feeding your brain. You want to constantly, if you're on your phone and if that's like your vice, you want that time that you're spending on that app to at least give you something in return. So discipline can be built through like being snapped back into reality while you're on your phone, like, oh yeah, hey, I was supposed to be doing the X, Y, and Z. I really like to watch Kobe Bryant documentaries. Kobe Bryant for me has genuinely changed my life. Like, I really wasn't into his content prior to him passing. After he passed, I started to consume a lot of his documentaries, and he said something that really stuck with me, which was, I'm here, and you're gonna feel that I'm here, and I'm gonna work you, and I'm gonna outwork you. And when you wanna catch up, you can't catch up, because I've been doing this for far too long. I love that energy of just like success and knowing that you're confident in what you do, because discipline builds confidence. That's something that a lot of us don't realize. If you're disciplined, you will naturally build confidence, because you actually do what you say you're gonna do. You're actually the person that you say that you are. You say you're a model, well, guess what? How many shoots are you booking? You say, you know, you're a mechanic, okay, well, how many cars are you fixing? Okay, you say you're a billionaire, how many billions are you putting in the bank account? We need to stop doing this and start doing this. Action, cause, and effect. That's how life works at all times. So to wrap this video up, we learned 4 different practices that changed my life and changed the way that I did discipline and consistency. Mostly discipline, because that's the topic of this video. But I really want to just thank you guys for the time, and also if you guys want me to touch on any topic in particular or have questions about anything, comment down below, and I'll see you guys next Thursday.